Hello, welcome to this channel, and in today's video I'm sharing 2 delicious midweek dinner recipes. And the first midweek dinner recipe I'll be sharing is this 30 minutes Cajun chicken and shrimp pasta, which is absolutely delicious. The whole family will love it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel a small onion and I'm going to chop it very finely. I already have the water on boil, so I can start the pasta. In this bowl I've got cooked shrimps, and I'm going to be adding some oldbay seasoning, about 1.5 teaspoons of oldbay seasoning, and I'm going to just give it a good mix. In this bowl I've got 1 chicken breast that I've diced. This will be enough for our family because my boys don't really eat a lot of chicken, but I'm just adding 1/4 teaspoon of jumbo chicken seasoning, and I'm going to be adding some Cajun seasoning as well. I'm going to be adding 1.5 teaspoons. I'm also adding 1 teaspoon of garlic and giving it a good mix. In this pan I'm going to be adding about 1 tablespoon of butter, and I'm going to allow that to melt over medium heat. I will be cooking my chicken pieces till I get it nice and golden brown. I will then set that aside. The shrimps are already cooked, so I'm just putting it into the pan to just allow the seasoning to just kind of infuse deeper into the shrimps, and then I'm going to put that aside too. I'm now adding extra butter, which is about 1 teaspoon of extra butter. I'm going to be sauteing my onions till I get it brown. I did add extra butter, so if you are adding butter, just add 1 tablespoon of butter. I'm going to be adding 1 teaspoon of garlic as well, the minced garlic that I have, because we just want our flavors to just be tasty, you know. And garlic always is it's a staple for me when I'm cooking, you know. I don't know about you, but I love garlic in my food. So yeah, I'm going to allow that to just cook. I'm also going to be adding probably like 1/2 cup of water. I'm going to allow that to simmer for about 1 minute or so. I will now be cooking my white sauce on a low heat. I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of the jumbo chicken seasoning for added extra flavor, and then I'm going to pour in my double cream. All the ingredients will be listed in the description box below, so do remember to check that out. It will have the exact quantities of what I've used in this video today. I'm adding my favorite Cajun seasoning, which is the Aldi Cajun seasoning. It is by far my favorite and the best Cajun seasoning I have used. Okay, I'm telling you, it's everything is just right, you know. So I'm going to be adding that. I'm going to give it a good mix. And I'm also going to be adding some paprika. We just want the color, you know. Paprika's got a beautiful color, but it's got a nice flavor as well, I think, right? Does it? I don't know, but I love the color that it gives to food, so I'm going to be adding it. I'm adding some Parmesan cheese and some mozzarella cheese. I also did reduce the heat because I'm getting used to this new hob that we have. So I'm going to allow that to just cook for about a couple of minutes, probably 1 to 2 minutes. And I'm going to pop my pasta in. garnish for me. I literally didn't have that much parsley, but I just wanted to be extra, you know me. But if you do have fresh parsley, you can sprinkle that over the top. 30 minutes and dinner is ready to serve. Let's move on to our next midweek dinner, which is going to be a 1-pot chicken bake with veg. These are the spices that I'll be using to season my chicken thighs today for this dinner. So what you see me doing is making my spice rub for the chicken. I will have all the ingredients and the quantities listed in the description box below. The description box is where it goes down, okay? So in this bowl, I've got 1 kg of cleaned chicken thighs, and I'm just adding half of the lemon juice. I'm just gonna mix it in, just make sure that it's kind of covered. I am using my hands to season. I don't use gloves to season in my house. I just don't do that. This is home cooking, okay? So I'm gonna be using my hands, and I'm gonna get right in there in the chicken, and I get the seasoning underneath that chicken skin because we want it to get to the bones, you know? You can season this chicken overnight, but I only seasoned mine for 2 hours in the fridge, and it was succulent to the bone. It was tasty. But this is what you want your chicken to look like, coated, okay? Coated with seasoning, all right? And pop that into the fridge for 2 hours, and then we can move on to our vegetables that we'll be using for today's dinner. These are the vegetables I'll be using tonight, but you can use any vegetables of your choice. Literally, it's whatever's in your fridge. Take it out and give it a clean, chop it up and use it. Literally, that's what I do. So the veggies will always change for this dinner depending on what I have, but today this is what I'll be using. Once all my veggies have been cut, I'm going to be seasoning it using some garlic granules, some mixed herbs, and some vegeta seasoning with a little bit of olive oil. So our chicken has been seasoned for about 2 hours, and it's now time for me to sear the chicken. After about 9 minutes, you should get a golden brown color, so it's now time to flip it over to the other side and just repeat the same process, and it should overall look something like this. I'll be adding my seasoned vegetables in a cast iron dish. You can use any dish that can go into the oven, and then I'll be putting the chicken on top of these vegetables. I'm now going to be making a stock that I'll be pouring over the chicken and veg, and I'm using 1 tablespoon of whole grain mustard, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, and 1 tablespoon of honey, and 1/4 cup of water. Give that a good stir, and I'm just going to pour it over the veg and the chicken. I'm going to put the lid on the dish. I'm going to pop it into the oven at about 180, 190 degrees for about 35 to 40 minutes. And when it's cooked, this is what it's going to look like. And also, we already have a gravy, so we don't need to make gravy aside because we made sure we sorted all of that out in this one pot chicken and vegetable dinner. Well, that's it for our 2 midweek dinners. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and will try these recipes. Do make sure to check out the end screen because I also have a chicken and smoked sausages pasta dish that you will surely love. But thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you in another video. Bye!